Hi guys, welcome back to another Matchbox Garage video. I am Rob, and today we are in another little build off with my old mate Danny from Danny's Diecast Disasters. We are doing a van build, if it wasn't obvious already. I am choosing this Ford Transit, and I've had a kind of I guess a bit of an idea on a few little videos that I want to do. I want to do like a British version of some famous cars. Today I wanted to take on the A-Team's van. Of course it's a GMC van and it's iconic, but you know, if it was the A-Team in the UK, what would it look like? And we would definitely have used a transit. So let's start by taking out that rivet, drill down the centre of the post, remove the flange, and tap that hole. Remember to lubricate the end here. You don't want to snap your piece in the hole. And of course I've always got my very handy vise with me at all times. So here is the Supervan. Look at it. Look how super it is. Doing 360 turns and skids, and of course that is what is needed from the A-Team. So this casting, the Supervan 2, has got some very cool spoilers and all sorts. Obviously this is, or would have been, as you can see there, a V8 rear-engined van, but it reads Ford Supervan 2, made in Macau, and it's 1985. So I would have been 2 years old when this van came out, and this was actually a van that Tony Bellini, he kind of kindly donated to me recently, and in my unboxing video I said, you know, oh, this is going to come in handy for an upcoming build-off series, and yeah, it really did come in perfect timing, so thanks again Tony for that. But these wheels, they won't be going on today. We're going to be doing a bit of a wheel upgrade, and now we've got the base off, we can see we've got two more little kind of rivets to keep the window section in, and also a couple of little tabs at the back of the headlights there. I struggle here to try and pop them out and kind of give up really on camera, but ultimately that's what was needed, just to push it through and obviously drill those rivets out for the glass. But it's a solid piece, and you know, that's what we'll keep today. And like I say, that little front section there just popped out, but this is the wheels we're going to go with, and we've got these wheels from basically a chap that I was buying wheels from on eBay, and I'll link his eBay account down in the description below. And he was kind enough not only to send me more wheels, but do me a good deal, plus send me a load of other cars, etc. And actually this was on a Hot Wheels, and he mentioned, you know, some extra wheels, but although these look absolutely beautiful and they're perfect, they're actually a bit too big unless we modify, further custom this casting. So I shall be grabbing my rotary tool and all my bits and pieces here, kind of see what I need to use. And you can see there on the inside I have taken out quite a bit of the casting actually. And then here's the wheels, and this is going to be a nice little trial fit. You know, I want it to be a roller, and before it was just stuck, and as you can see, wheels are turning. Thumbs up from me. And if you needed proof, there she goes. And already with just these wheels, you know, on the casting, I was getting quite excited, especially with what I had in mind. So let's take the paint off of this casting. pour into some boiling water and then add a few teaspoons of caustic soda. And I can see myself kind of struggling to get the caustic soda out because I'm starting to run out, and whilst recording this reminds me I need to buy some more. And whilst that's doing its thing, the base, to be honest, was a good 95% perfect, but we'll make it 100% with this TS14. You know, just a light clean off and a single light coat just to kind of pick up a few little nicks that was in there, but honestly it really was good enough, but I wanted it to be perfect. And as you can see there, shiny in the light. And turning my attention to this little grill, you can see that there's a couple of little, I guess, marks of damage. And simply with a toothpick, you know, I run down the channels there just to straighten them all up. And I hope you'll agree that is much better. And as I reach for some paints, I'm going to be using Tamiya white for the headlights, Tamiya orange for the indicators, and that was French for orange, and my Viejo blue for that little Ford badge. And because it's Danny that we're up against, I'm going to use my Citadel Nuln Oil for the Danny's dark wash method. And then whilst I've done that, I kind of look over to my little pot of caustic soda, and it's cooled off now, and as you can see, without having to do anything, that paint has come off beautifully. It's probably been sat for, I want to say, 5 minutes tops. So with just a quick rinse down the sink. Yes, I do have the cleanest drains in London. We can see there that probably 98.3% of the paint has been removed. And then just one or two little pesky bits at the top here. But just with my nail, I'm able to remove them. Now we're at 100%, so I'm very happy now. And I'm going to take my rotary tool, switch out the end there for the steel wire brush, but some bad news. Recording that and kind of setting it up, I did get a little bit emotional, and then I had to remind myself it was just a fake Dremel. It was just a rotary tool, and I have a spare drill, or my drill, that still did the job good enough, so we could continue with this build, thankfully. I would go with my little needle files here to tidy up all the little kind of burrs that were still around this casting. And then we're going to hit it up now with some Tamiya Fine Surface Primer in grey. And if you have any intention to do some of these restorations yourself, you know, get yourself a can of this stuff. It really is a delight to use. It goes on easy, it goes on without any runs. It's not thick enough to hide any of the small detail in these castings. It dries super fast and you can paint over it really quick. And no, I'm not sponsored. I wish I was. So you can see there in the light reflection, smooth as a baby's bottom. And now, 5 minutes or so later, we're going to hit it up with my Vallejo Black. Go straight into the airbrush. No messing, no mixing, no thinning. Bosh. You might actually notice here the velocity that the paint is coming out of my airbrush. I've just done a major overhaul on it, major clean. The amount of junk that was inside it, and it looked, from the outside, it looked like pristine, it looked perfect. But all of a sudden, all this junk come out of it, layers and layers and layers of paint that I didn't even realise were in there. And yeah, now it truly is kind of brand new again. And the last couple of castings I've just been using spray paint, so quite nice actually to go back to using my paintbrush here, or airbrush rather. But as you can see, it's where I shook up the bottle and kind of squirted it in with a few bubbles in the top there. But it does go on really nice, and I've done a couple of coats, but even this first coat was pretty good, and it dries into like a satin finish, and it's super smooth once it dries. So here's the front grille there, and it's now had that Nolan oil, Danny's Diecast Disasters, dark wash method. I know he gets some abuse for some reason for the dark washes, but it makes it look more realistic, so I think it's great. But so here's the casting now. It's the following day. I need to figure out where I'm going to place my masking tape, because like I say, this is a British take on the A-Team van. And I'm going to use some Createx paint here. It's red, but it's got a bit of a kind of pink sparkle to it. And, hey, why not, eh? And here it is. Probably took me about half an hour to set this up with my Tamiya masking tape. And this stuff is just brilliant. And then I'll just show you one coat of this stuff, probably put on 3 or 4 coats eventually. Goes on quite thin, or at least I don't know about thin. I think it goes on quite thick, but it's quite translucent, so you need to wait for it to dry and then just to build up the layers. And then I took off the bottom half section only of the masking tape, and I thought, well, this will look quite cool. I kind of, because I've seen like some A-Teams and they've got like either a silver top or I don't know, like a grey top. Some of them are just black. But I thought, well, to make a bit of a difference, I'll keep the top then in satin, and then we'll just put, you know, a gloss finish on the bottom, which I hope you can see in the camera there. Kind of matte satin on the bottom, on the top rather, and then it's glossy black on the bottom and on over the red as well. But as a little reminder of what she looked like, I'm going to put it all together now, and this is the result. I think this is super cool. The British Transit A-Team van, if it was only made over here. Part of me wants to say that this is probably a cooler version than the real thing, but hey, I leave for you to decide that. Hopefully you just like it. That's all really I want, is for you to just like it. I like it. And now I wonder what Danny's done. I don't know what he's done, and well, to be honest, I'm gonna go and have a little look at his video now, so hopefully you will do too. I'll put his links to his video and his channel down into the description. And also thanks to my patrons and everybody else for watching. Hopefully you'll subscribe and stick around for the next one.